Welcome, welcome, welcome to Talks with Tina G podcast. I am your host, Tina G. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are live. Let me go here. I'm so sorry. Let me go. I have to set this up. How y'all doing tonight? I hope y'all had a great week end, right? Hope y'all had a great weekend. Whew, I am tired. That's when you be like, tired. I am here. Look, this happens every single week. Not being rude, but people text me every single week and be like, "Where are you? Are you live? Where are you?" So I am live. Hi, everybody. I'm going to just wait. We normally start at 7 p.m., promptly at 7 p.m. I'm just up here waiting for people to come on. Let me move my microphone up a little bit because I want to make sure that everyone is able to hear me. And yeah, I believe everyone can hear me, but I'll wait for someone to come on and let me know if they can hear me clearly. Oh, let me hit live on here. Let me see. I'm sorry, I gotta go live on TikTok. So I'm live. Welcome TikTok. How y'all doing tonight? Welcome Facebook. How all? I am okay. I should be live now on Instagram and YouTube. Yep. I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready. I'll just wait for people to start popping on. We usually start at 7 o'clock. It's 6:54. Give people a couple more minutes before we get started, and turn my speaker up just a little bit. I don't want the feedback, but I think that's better that you all can hear me. So welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Talks with Tina G podcast, episode 26. I'm so excited. We have a great topic tonight. What's triggering you? So I wanted to talk about triggers. Do you know your triggers? How do you deal with triggers? I Miss Gwen. I seen you out early on your early celebration. So we're gonna say happy birthday to Miss Gwen. Early happy birthday. It's next weekend. But hey, she started early. We're gonna start early. So make sure I don't over talk this thing here. We're gonna have a good topic. I hope people chime in because y'all been hitting me up all week. So let me um let me just say early because Gwen's birthday is next week. So TikTok, we just saying early happy birthday to Gwen before we get started. We got about 4 minutes. So go grab your coffee, go grab your donuts, tell a friend that we are live on TikTok and share the link. Oh, wait a minute, hold on, wait a minute. It'd be nice if I could let me delete that. It'd be nice if I could spell. I think I'm buffering on Facebook. Lord. And the happy and the birthday. So yeah, we're saying early happy birthday to Gwen. So welcome everybody who's tuning in on all the platforms. Thank you so much for joining in. Hopefully, I think we may have some new guests from last week that said they may join us. So welcome everybody to the Talks with Tina G podcast. I am your host. I am Tina with the G. It's like no, I'm Tina. So yeah, I'm gonna give it 3 more minutes, then I'll play the intro and then we'll get started. But again, hope y'all having a great Sunday. I had to work today. Oh my gosh. I had something else to do and I said, you know what? I'm not gonna run around today. But I had a great weekend, right? Had a great weekend, met some nice people. Very, very nice. What y'all do this weekend? Type some comments. Let me know what y'all did this weekend before we get started. Let me know how y'all weekend went. And if y'all had a great week, share y'all week. Let me know if y'all had a great week. I like to listen. I don't want to be the only one talking. Y'all will see that. We talk on this podcast. Everybody talk. Every comment matters, right? So welcome everybody on TikTok. I want to say hi to everybody. It's a lot of y'all on TikTok. Hi, Suzanne. How are you? Did you have a great week? Did you have a great weekend? Let me know. And we also saying happy birthday to Gwen. Early happy birthday. Let's go, Laurie. Let's go. Got cousin Laurie on here. It's time. Well, let me start there. He on here, so I can start now. I just had to wait for a couple people, right? So we normally start at 7:00. I usually try to start on time. I don't play about people's time. It's usually an hour podcast. Today may be a day we may go extra 15 minutes. It may go extra 30 minutes. I don't know, right? Because today we're talking about triggers and I have a little exercise I want us to do, right? So, Suzanne said, not eventful, but I'm alive. I'm so grateful. That's good, Suzanne. How can I, let me see something. I think I can reply this to everybody. But how can I just reply to one person? Let me see. Yeah, this everybody. Okay, cool. I love this though. Yep, you're alive and you're grateful. So yes, so that's good, Suzanne. Laurie, how was your week and how was your weekend? Gwen, I see you out. Are you still celebrating? I appreciate you for hopping on. I know you may be still out celebrating, so I don't take your time for granted. I do appreciate it. Trust me. I appreciate everybody. Trust me, I do. I don't take it for granted because you could be doing a million other things, right? Oh man, what am I doing? I'm creating a mess over here. What am I doing? I'm trying to move the mic back and lift it up a little bit, right? So, yeah, there you go. Because I want to make sure that everybody can hear me. Mod. The number is 301-715-8592. Nene must be up there in the dark. The number is 8592, not 9592. Cut the lights on. Cut the lights on. Gwen, what's one way in? What that mean? Oh, Larry, your weekend was great. I'm glad to hear that. I think I saw you lifting some stuff. I don't know if it was this weekend. I made a comment. I said, this don't make no sense. But I did make a comment and say my cousin is stronger than y'all because my cousin Larry powerlift. I mean, I don't know. Like it'd be like 14,000 pounds. He is a power lift. You got to go and look at This Is Chaos on Instagram. That's my cousin Larry. When y'all go in there. So it's episode 26. Let's get this party started, y'all. Let's get this party started. So without further ado, let me play my intro that my girl Stubbs. Oh, I got some announcements to make. I'm so excited. So let me play my intro that my girl Stubbs did for me. Where are my notes? Let me play my intro. Y'all hear that? Yay, we're back. We're back. Thank you all so much for tuning in. This is episode 26 of Talks with Tina G podcast. We've been doing this thing for 26 weeks. I'm so excited. I thank everybody who's tuned in each and every week. I missed 1 week. I think I had something to do and I played a replay, and y'all commented on that thing like I was live. So, look, I appreciate y'all for even taking the time to do that. So, I don't take it for granted. Let me get a couple sponsors out the way, right? One of the sponsors, of course, is TG Consulting, which is my company where we help you start a business. We set up nonprofits. We help you get your 501c3. We help you write books. We do a variety of things. We do a bookkeeping. So if you have any of those needs that you want, definitely, reach out to me and let me know. Definitely want to shout out Gwen, my girl Gwen. She has her Art Sanity um, nonprofit where she helped you deal with different forms of healing and therapy through art. And she also assists with book writing and paintings and just different things. So definitely reach out to her. We're going to do some things with a book that I wrote and a couple books she wrote. We're going to just share some stuff through art, right? Okay, so I was looking at this thing. So Larry said the video was from last year World Powerlifting Championship. I knew it was something. That thing, I was like, good gracious, I don't know what you doing over there. Anyway, another one of our sponsors is DeLuca Wardrobe. Buy Fluffy You so you can go on the website. It's getting cold outside. We need our furs, we need our fluffies, we need our hats. She's doing a whole bunch of stuff over there, so go over there and check her out at DeLuca Wardrobe. And she is on Instagram. Y'all know Donna. Go check her out. It's Fluffy You, and she has a new page, DeLuca Wardrobe. So definitely check her out. Also want to shout out my girl Paulette. Right, Paulette is Bridget Knits. Y'all see me in some of my photos with the yellow fringes, some of the green knitted dress that I had on. She made that, and she actually had on a dress from her play. It's on her Facebook page that she made this beautiful dress that she wore in the play. So I'm doing a photo shoot on Thursday. So right now I have my own stuff. But I'm saying if anybody have anything they would like me to wear on Thursday, I'm doing 3 changes. So, and the photo is going to be online for about 3 months. So it's going to be some exposure for your clothes or your clothing line, whatever you have going on, your boutique. So if you have something you want me to wear, definitely reach out to me before Thursday. Maybe tonight, tomorrow, because I'm trying to get my stuff together, right? So let's just hop right on into it, right? So I'll come back with some more sponsors, right? But let's hop right into tonight's subject. The question that I posted was, what's triggering you, right? So I asked the question the other morning. In the morning, I go live and I talk, do like a morning talk, right? It's not no motivation, it's just morning talk. I want to talk to you all, and I share some things about different triggers, right? So it brought me to the subject of what triggers us, right? And when we are triggered, how do we handle it? And then I got to thinking, like, if you're in a relationship or a friendship, do those people know what trigger you? So they will know what not to do when they're around you, right? So I'm going to share the way this works. I share a story, one or two, and if you all are ready to go, my famous 5 tree branches that I have out there in online world, if you are ready to start sharing, I want to know Do you know your triggers? That's question number one. You can type yes or no. That's question number one. Do you know your triggers? I want to know who know their triggers and who don't know their triggers. So I'm going to participate because we're going to do a little exercise tonight. Little podcast and a little um, therapy exercise. So y'all can type in. I'm typing in. Oh God, what did I just do? I don't know. I did something to the keyboard. So let me go back. Okay, so let me go back. So, do you know your triggers? I'm gonna say yes. I want to see what y'all gonna say, right? Because I don't. This the question. So okay, Suzanne said if they trigger me, I know I need to work on things. I know my triggers. Okay, I said yes. Larry said yes. I know my triggers. Right. All right. Nene, do you know your triggers? You know your triggers. Okay. All right. So for the most part, everybody is saying yes. So on TikTok land, let me know if y'all know y'all triggers because I want to see who don't know their triggers. I'm up here typing. Um, and I'm asking the question for several reasons because we say we know our triggers, right? But what if something triggers us that's not on the list that we have, right? Because I think we for the most part we think we know our triggers. So the next question that I have is um, do you tell people what your triggers are when you're around them? So if this is an example, right? This is just an example. I'm just saying if I let me use Nene as an example, right? That's Marjorie. So I don't have um I don't have alcohol on the list, right? That's not a trigger for me, right? So Nene is celebrating her birthday and she pop a bottle of wine. I'm just saying, I just said wine. She pop a bottle of wine, right? And I know for me, the last time I drank some wine, I um, acted crazy. I called somebody that I didn't want to talk to. I cussed somebody out. I did a whole bunch of stuff, right? Because I was intoxicated. But I didn't tell Marjorie that when she's around me, don't drink, right? I didn't tell her that. So we celebrating her birthday. She popped the wine. I get to drinking the wine, and then guess what? I want to fight her. I want to fight Marjorie because I'm under the influence, and I know that that's something that I shouldn't do because I know that particular wine makes me act irate, right? So I probably should have told her that, right? I probably should have said, "Hey, Nene, I can't, you know, I can go, but when you pop the bottle, go around the corner, right? Go to the other table. Don't pop it over here with me because I don't know how to act if I drink, right? So, do y'all think that it's important to share? That's just an example, right? Do y'all think that it's important to share your triggers with your friends and family and your loved ones, just in case? And that's like a yes or no answer. And then we're gonna do an exercise. So Larry said no, I do not. Gwen said did in the past, but stop. And you, Suzanne, said it depends on the triggers. Right. Okay. All right. It depends on the triggers. So you said it depends on the triggers, but what if you're around somebody that um trigger you and you didn't tell them that was a trigger for you, right? And they do something that is bad for you, right? So I just gave an example. So now needing to pop the wine, and I'm drinking, and now my whole attitude changed. Y'all know if y'all drinking, your whole attitude changed, and now the anger is coming out of me. Now I want to fight, right? So now I'm angry. I want to fight. And Marjorie is trying to help me. And so because she's trying to help me, now I want to fight her, right? So now me and her are in a disagreement, argument, or whatever, because I didn't share that with her, right? But I did share some other things with her, but I did not share that with her. So what if you don't tell the person that one trigger? You said it depends on the triggers, and something happened. So, okay, I'm reading Suzanne's comment. The triggers for me are for situations that happened when I was in a bad marriage. Okay. All right. So those are triggers for you, right? Oh man, this is so good. This is so deep. I'm trying to take my time with this one, right? I'm trying to take my time with this one. So you said that. Hi, just call me Judy. That's my daughter Ty. Hi Ty. She on Instagram. So you said one of your triggers was something that happened to you when you were in your marriage, right? So I'm just gonna go out on a limb because you said bad, right? I'm taking that word out. You said bad marriage, right? So I'm gonna take that word out and say, um, me and you are at we're at Thanksgiving dinner, right? You came to my house. We're at Thanksgiving dinner, right? And um, one of my cousins, one of my cousins, cousin Larry, he's here with his girlfriend, Miss Clara, right? And they fussing over the stuffing, right? Who made the best stuffing? They're fussing, and Larry is yelling at Miss Clara, right? And Larry's yelling at Miss Clara. And so they get into a heated argument on Thanksgiving. You're a guest at my home. And they get into a argument. Miss Clara is the one that slaps my cousin Larry. So my cousin Larry in turn slaps her back, right? You seeing that, you witnessing that triggers you, right? To go to Larry because you saw him slap her back. You go to Larry and you say, why did you hit her? Right? And then Larry is already heated, right? Because him and Miss Claire are arguing. And then you and Larry get into it. But the only reason you went straight to him is because that triggered something. Seeing a man yell and hit somebody, right? So you go to him and then y'all get into it, and then I have to get into it to get y'all two apart. But that was a trigger for you, right? So if you come to my house on Thanksgiving and me not knowing that, you know, you had a situation, right? Me not knowing you had a situation, and this is what happens every Thanksgiving at my house, right? Cousin Larry and Miss Clara, they gonna come here, they gonna argue over the stuff, and they do it every single year, right? If you seeing that triggered you, right? So now you're upset, you're crying, it's a whole mess. Them two arguing, and now you arguing with Larry, right? But if I had known that, if I would have known that that was a trigger for you, right? You had going through whatever you went through in your situation, and when they got to arguing, right? Even when I heard them attempt to argue, I'd have took you out of that situation, right? I'd have removed you. Either downstairs in the basement, upstairs in another room, outside for a walk, so that you would not be privy to see that, because that I know that would trigger you, right? I know that would upset you. I know that would make you cry. So sometimes, and I know we say this a lot, I don't want people in my business, but sometimes that business that you think is, that nobody else has ever been through, right? Sometimes it's okay to share your business, right? So that's just one example of maybe telling your friend, telling your family, or telling your coworker, right? Um, of anything like that. So, do y'all agree with that? Yeah, your name. That sometimes that our business that we don't want nobody in, sometimes it's okay to share our business because it can actually help us. Let me know yes. Because I actually had a situation like that. That's so funny. I had a situation like that happened in real life. A company that I worked at, and because I went through some domestic situations in my life, I do not want to see it. I don't like to see men raise their voice. I don't like to see men um, hit, abuse. I don't like to. I don't even like to hear about somebody doing that to another female, right? A man, just because of what I went through, right? And that happened to me. It happened on a job. That's so funny that I shared that made up story, and I do have an actual story, right? I actually witnessed that from a coworker and a female, and I didn't step in it. What I did was close my door because I knew that was a trigger for me, right? But after everything happened, I went to him and I told him, some things that I've been through, and I told him that was a trigger for me, right? And that I look at him differently now, and he apologized for that, but it could have went the other way, right? It could have went totally the other way if I wasn't in control of my triggers. Powerful. Let me take my time, Lord. Let me take my time. Okay. So Suzanne said from the story that I just shared, right? It wasn't true. I just made it up to give an example. The story that I just shared, Suzanne said the argument would trigger me. My cooking was one of the many things was criticized. The hitting would trigger me too. You wouldn't have known it. It was a trigger only if you knew my situation. Right. I get that. So that's why I was asking the question. Maybe sometimes we do need to share with our friends and our family and our coworkers some of our triggers, right? Because it can help a whole situation. It can alleviate a lot of issues down the line. So hi, Miss Crystal. Crystal is CEO, boss lady of Sisters Kitchen, food truck, good food everywhere. Follow her on social media, Sisters Kitchen. So Crystal said, yes, I agree. You can have a heads up. Okay. Gwen said, yes, sometimes. Yes, sometimes what, Gwen? Yes, sometimes what? Let me know what you're talking about. Larry said most people don't share because they feel ashamed or embarrassed. When I tell you I'm one of those people, that's why I can talk about it now. I was ashamed and embarrassed. You talking about shame and embarrassed put together? That was me, right? Now I just be sharing. I just be sharing because you don't know who it can help, right? It can help somebody by sharing, right? Hey, Crystal. So it's okay to share, and I know firsthand that it's embarrassing, but what you don't know is when you share your story, right? I guarantee you somebody has been through it, or they know somebody that's been through it, or they know somebody that's going through it. So you're not alone, right? You don't have to be ashamed or embarrassed. I can say that, but I know it's going to happen because we're human. But what I am saying is when you get the nerve up to share, I'm not saying, oh, it's easy. I'm not saying that. When you do get the nerve up to share, you will have a great conversation with people, right? Because y'all may be going through the same thing. And I don't even want to go to that story about women and men talking and have communication because and this one think they better than that one. But again, we all going through the same thing. We all have triggers. Lord help me. Anyway, that was just an example. So yeah, I want us to do a 20, right? I want to do an exercise. This is the exercise that I want to do, right? Wherever you are, whether you're sitting down, whether you're driving, whether you're laying down, whatever, right? Clear your mind for a few minutes. This is an exercise that we're going to do. Just clear your mind for a few minutes, right? Clear your mind. You on Talks with Tina. So we're going to do exercise. So we're going to clear our minds, clear all our thoughts of everything that's going on, right? We're going to do an exercise. So I want you all to think of a time when you were triggered, right? Think of an incident that happened when you were triggered, right? You didn't realize that that was a trigger for you. That's why I asked in the beginning, do we know our triggers? You didn't realize it was a trigger for you, right? Um, we thinking, we put on our thinking hats in school. Remember, we had to do this. Put in your thinking hats, right? Right? You're gonna think of a incident that happened when you were triggered, right? Things went to the left. They went way, way, way to the left, right? And you didn't know you were being triggered. You just thought it was a situation going on, right? Things went way, way to the left, right? You sitting here, you thinking, because I want y'all to think of a real incident that happened. Because I want to hear comments. I get it. It's spinning. I'm gonna wait till it come back. Okay, it's back. So we put on our thinking hats. We're thinking of an incident that happened. We were triggered. Things went things went way out of control, right? But we didn't know that we didn't know we were triggered, right? We just figured that's just who I am. I say what I want. I do what I want. This is who I am, right? But in reality, you were being triggered, right? And the situation went left. You didn't speak to the person or whatever happened, right? Do you think if you knew your that situation would have um, ended up differently? I want to know if you think the situation would have ended up differently if you had known your triggers. And while you're typing that, I'm asking the question because if you know your triggers, you will be aware of them. You can recognize your triggers, and you can kind of control your emotions, right? When you become triggered, right? And and then what that trigger make you feel, you can adjust your responses. Can we say that twice? Right? So if you are aware of your triggers and the feeling that trigger make you have, right? You feel some type of way, right? But you know it's a trigger. Now you can adjust your response to that situation, right? So I want to know, you can type in your chats, right? Type in your comments of a situation that happened. You didn't realize that it was a trigger. Everything went to the left, and you're like, oh my God. Like something that you would have to go and apologize for, right? Because now you know that that was a trigger for you. So I want to hear some stories, a comment. You don't have to be detailed, but just let me know um, if you ever had a situation like that you got upset with somebody, you went off on them. Hey, Miss Stephanie, you went off on somebody, and then your response was totally different, right? Totally different because you didn't realize you were being triggered. So your response was totally different. But now that you know you recognize your triggers, you can handle situations differently. So I want to know if that ever happened to anybody on the call, on the podcast besides me, right? Besides me. I just want to know. So this is based what we're talking about is triggers, right? So I got a few things while y'all go type in y'all comments. Enhancing self-awareness, right? Understanding your triggers fosters self-awareness, right? It's crucial to personal growth. So when you identify what affects you emotionally, you can start to understand your thoughts and your behavior patterns. So just a little therapy session that we did real quick. A little quick one. Little quick one. So let me know y'all thoughts. If y'all ever had that situation. Now, okay, y'all can come back now. Y'all can come back now. I hope, let me make sure I'm still on Facebook. Because it was spinning. Let me see. It was spinning. It was spinning. So let me know. Hopefully it didn't go out. It looked like it's still up and going. It like it's still up and going. So yeah, let me know if y'all ever had a situation. So you said none eventful, but okay. Wait a minute, wait a minute. I'm sorry. Hold on a minute. Let me go back up here. Let me see. Let me go back to make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay. So I'm waiting for y'all to type in y'all chats. So I'm while y'all typing in chats, so y'all questions or y'all answers, I'm going to read controlling, like having control over your triggers, right? So when you know your triggers, you can anticipate reactions and take proactive steps to manage them, right? Rather than being caught off guard and reacting impulsively. So Larry said, I didn't crash out, but did let the people know. Perfect. That's great. That's great. So one thing that I used to do was crash out. If that's what we're gonna use to crash it out. I used to crash out, like go way, way, like it was bad. It was bad, but I didn't know. I didn't know at the time that those were triggers. Like I didn't know. I didn't realize that certain things were triggered. I didn't realize it. But now that I know, oh my God, so much better. I had to apologize for so many things, right? But now, like I said, now that I know, things are so much better. So that's why I was asking the question: do we know our triggers? Do we tell people our triggers? Because a lot of times it can be something small, Larry. I might can come and take one of your weights off the thing, right? And that's a trigger for you because when you had your weights, right? And you had them like this, and somebody took it off and you fell over and you lost the contest, right? So me playing around with that can be a trigger for you. Like, no, don't do that. I'm trying to win this thing, right? So anything can be a trigger, right? If you tell me, then I would know, like, don't play with his weight, don't take the weight off, right? So let me see what Monique say. Hey, cousin. Let's see what Monique has to say. Monique, let's see. When you hurt my feelings to the point that it triggered me the last time, the next time my guard is up and they will see how much I don't care what they say about me because that's when I realize I can't trust you. Perfect. when somebody hurts your feelings to the point that it triggers you, right? So, so, hmm. So we're gonna talk about that one. When they when they say something to you that's hurtful, right? That takes you probably take you back to somebody saying you can't do something, right? Or you're not gonna be this, or you're not gonna be able to do this, right? Um, so Monique, the question is for you, like, do you tell people when they say things to you that bothers you? That's what I want to know. Yes or no? Because I want to tell you that you can tell people. I'm gonna give you an example of how to say it, and you don't have to yell at them, right? You can say it in a nice way. You can say, Tina, when you did that last podcast and you said that I couldn't come in the screen with you, that hurt my feelings. And if I'm mature enough, the person that you're talking to should be able to say, "Oh my God, Monique, I never meant to hurt your feelings, right? Would you accept my apology? I will never that will never happen again, right?" And then you can go on. Now, if the person is resisting and like, "Well, you should be this and that," then that's somebody you don't even want to be around, right? Because some people always say, "Well, I'm just this way. This is how I am." Well, some people need to change how they are. If you've been that way all your life, that's bad, right? You know what I'm saying? That's not a good thing to be like, "Oh, this is how I am, and I'm not changing for nobody." That's not cool. That's not cool. So, Monique, I want to know, did you ever tell the person or people that they hurt your feelings? I want to know. You know, I'm a big cousin. Not for no other reason, but I do want to know. Were you able to share that hurt your feelings? Whatever it was. You can say yes or no. Um, all right. So, let's see. Monique said it depends on what the situation is because I learned from my dad, my cousin Larry. Everything is not an argument, which is true. But when things are calm, I will sometimes tell them how I felt. But if you do it again after me expressing it myself, then I'm over it. Okay. Yeah, because everything is not an argument, and people don't know how to talk. That's the problem. So um we have one mouth and two ears, right? And we need to listen more and not talk so much. So if you told me, Monique, that Tina, that hurt my feelings, blah blah blah, and I'm trying to explain to you that I didn't mean to hurt your feelings, but you telling me something. So we're talking over each other, right? So I don't hear nothing you said, you didn't hear nothing I said, right? So nothing's going to get solved, right? Nothing's going to get solved. So if you actually talk to somebody, they should take the time to listen to you, and then you should be able to express yourself, and then they listen to you and they have something to say, you listen to them, and then y'all move on. That's how it should be. Like it really don't have to. When I tell people, sometimes like I never when I say, "Oh, I didn't argue with this person or that person," I can't believe that, right? Because it's about communication. It's communication skills. You don't have to yell. Like you don't have to yell at everything. Hi, Keisha. Thank you so much for the comments. So yeah, everything. Guess what? When you yell and scream, nobody can hear you. Um, Everybody getting upset. Somebody's chest going to start hurting, right? You're gonna get a headache. It's just not worth it. It's just not worth all of that. Anybody, thank y'all so much in TikTok land. Y'all like and Rosa doing a whole bunch of stuff. I appreciate y'all. Ty, do you have anything to say? I see you on Instagram, and Monique, I see y'all on Instagram. And hey, Love Juice Junkies, y'all go get y'all some good juice from Love Juice Junkie. She is on Instagram. That's my girl. Make all the jewelry. She got nice clothes, and now she have some juices. So, hey, Juice Junkies, she's on Instagram. Anybody else have any comments? Any situation? Thank you so much, Monique, for sharing. Because I don't want to make this about me. I want to hear y'all so we Facebook spinning it. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why Facebook be spinning. I'm not playing no music. I guess this podcast is too deep. It's too deep for Facebook now. But anyway. So this was good. I mean, for that everybody was able to say what they had to say. Comments out. Know your triggers. Okay, Facebook was saying, so I'm gonna say it again. Know your triggers. Hi, Chanel. Chanel, do you have any triggers? Type in. Let me know if you have any triggers, or do you even know triggers? Right? Know your triggers. Share your triggers with your circle. Share your triggers with your coworkers. Share your triggers with your partner. It's so important. When I say it's so important, and like Larry, a lot of times we don't share because we are embarrassed or we are ashamed, right? And if you have that person in your life that you can talk to, that doesn't make you feel embarrassed and doesn't make you feel ashamed and make you feel comfortable to be yourself, please share it. And those are the kind of people that you want to be around. Lately, I've been having hard conversations with people, right? Really hard conversations with people. Truth um, does hurt, but it's great to have these hard conversations with people, right? And then you move on, right? You say what you have to say, and then you move on. So let's see if anybody else have anything else to say. This was good. So the message and the whole point of this topic was triggering you on learning your triggers and knowing what your triggers are, right? Is to understand and empower you to navigate your emotional landscape more effectively, right? Leading to improve mental well-being. And so I wrote this stuff down because I be saying, I be wanting to say a whole bunch of stuff, right? And then when I get off, I'm like, oh man, I forgot to say that. So I have to look at my notes, right? So recognizing your triggers can contribute to personal growth. And that's what I want us to do, is to grow mentally, grow spiritually, grow financially, because all of those are so important, and we can lose them because we don't know our triggers, right? You can lose a job because you don't know your triggers. That's why I said financially. You can lose your spouse. You can lose your friend. You can lose so many things because you don't know your triggers, right? And you don't know what to say to people. And guess what? It's okay to say, I apologize. It's okay to say, I'm sorry. I didn't mean. It's okay to say that. After you say it, I don't know why those two words are so hard. I don't know why. But it's okay to say that, right? Ain't nobody died. So it's okay to say that. You can apologize for hurting someone's feelings, right? Because if you're triggered, you may say something to somebody to really hurt their feelings, right? Um, it could be bad. Like it could be so bad. I've it could just be so bad, right? And it's okay to apologize, but when you apologize, you have to change. You can't just apologize and keep doing the same thing. That is called insanity. You can apologize and change how you move, right? Hey, so head wraps, so sunshine. If y'all want some awesome custom made head wraps, check out so sunshine on Instagram. So this is so funny. So yeah, anything else for the good of the group? Ain't that what they say? Anything else for the good of the group? And I know Tawana is not up here, the other Tawana. And I know she's gonna call me as soon as it's over. Cause yeah, I know she is. I just feel it in my spirit. Um, anything else? Anybody have anything else to share? Anybody have anything else they want to say before we get off? This was great. I hope y'all enjoyed the exercise. Um, if you did something and it triggered you, you realized it, hopefully you went and apologized. If you did not, use this and say, hey, we did an exercise today on Talks with Tina G podcast, and I owe you an apology, right? Regardless of how long ago it was, you can still apologize. It's never too late to apologize to somebody. It's never too late. Never. So let me see. I'm just checking the notes because I asked Miss Chanel about being triggered on TikTok. Chanel, were you ever triggered? Do you know your triggers? She don't know her triggers. She said no. Okay. Just wanted to hop on and get that out the way. I think we're okay. I hope I see Facebook spin. It was spinning. Um Keisha, did you know your triggers? I think you know your triggers. I think Keisha know her triggers. So I'm gonna get ready to hop off. If there are no more comments, we are talking about what triggers you. And do you know your triggers? Do you share your triggers with your loved ones and your family members, right? And then we did an exercise on being triggered in a situation, not knowing that we were triggered, going off on somebody, the situation went left, and then after everything happened, now that we are mature, now we know that those were triggers that made us do certain things or say certain things to people that we wouldn't normally say to them, right? And if that happened to you, definitely go back and apologize to that person, right? And let them know that you were triggered, right? You didn't recognize it at first. Oh, you said bullies trigger you? Yeah, yeah. I used to be one. I'm not one anymore. That was cool. It's a long story. It's deeper than just being a bully. But yeah, they trigger me also. They trigger me also. Liars trigger me. Um, Betrayal triggers me. I was sharing that earlier today on the live today. So this is the thing that I'm gonna leave with this, right? When we understand our triggers and our experiences that we've been through, like I am doing. So yeah, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, Chanel says she have emotional triggers. Okay, so how do you deal with those, Chanel? This is on TikTok, y'all. We got people from all four platforms chiming in. So, Chanel, thank you so much for sharing. I know that may have been hard for you to share that, but how do you deal with your emotional triggers? And do you tell people that you are around that you have emotional triggers on certain things that they may do or say? Like, do you mind typing that in and sharing that with us? So, you say you too, Keisha. Yeah, but I wanted to leave with this, right? Recognizing your triggers, right? It's definitely a powerful tool for personal growth, right? And what I wanted to say, when you share your experiences with other people and you recognize your own triggers, you may can help somebody to be like, oh man, like Keisha just said, I said, betrayal triggers me. People that betray other people, right? That's a trigger for me. Like, I don't like to hear that because it happened to me, right? So if I hear somebody saying it, I don't even want to associate with those type of people. So that it's a trigger for me, and I know how to just like remove myself from that situation. So um yeah, once I can recognize it, my triggers, and I see something in somebody else, then maybe I can help somebody else. And that is what this platform is all about: empowering, encouraging, and uplifting people from all over. Right? That is what this platform is all about. You know what I'm saying? Empowerment, personal growth. And I'm glad we touched on these triggers. So maybe people have triggers. I know people gonna respond. Believe it or not, every single week when I get off, people call me, they text me, they DM me, and I'm okay with that because everybody don't want to, want people to see their comments. They don't want to share their stories, but they do share them with me. All right, so okay. Okay, so Chanel, okay, we got a TikTok. We got a great comment from a young lady, right? She said, when I'm feeling discomfort at work, I talk to my mom some of the time about her emotional triggers. She said, I talk to my mom and a few of my church members to encourage me. That is that is awesome. So what I want to tell you, Chanel, is to keep talking, right? Don't ever stop talking. Don't ever stop telling people your concern. You have a concern, you can tell people, right? You can also always reach out to me. Always talk about it. Don't hold it in, because when you hold in things, it can explode, right? You can explode on somebody. So definitely continue to talk, right? And this platform is for that. If you ever want to talk, definitely reach out to me. If you ever have a topic you want to talk about, definitely reach out to me and we can talk about it, and you can hear the other comments from other people, and then we can help each other. And that's what we're doing on this platform. We are just building this community, and we're going to help each other. However we need to help each other, whatever that looks like, right? And she said, thank you. I appreciate it. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. Yep, that's what I'm here for. It's not about me, it's about everybody. Um, yep. So, yeah. Thank you so much. That was great, y'all. That was so good. So, look, I want to make a few announcements and then I'll let you go. Um, on the 26th of this month, I'm doing a Zoom, and I'm going to talk about some domestic violence awareness tips and some that we can do to stay secure, to help anybody that may be dealing with emotional, physical, financial, any type of abuse that they may be going through. We're just going to talk the same way we're doing here, but it's going to be on a Zoom. It won't be live. It'll just be whoever want to hop on the Zoom and talk. I'm going to share a couple tips, and then we're going to get right off, right? So if you're interested, it's the same Zoom. I will post a flyer though. I've been posting it. So it's September the 26th. It's a Friday night. It's at 7 o'clock. It'll be maybe 7 to 8 or 7 to 9. I'm just gonna get up here real quick. We're gonna say a quick prayer. I'm gonna share a couple things, and then we're gonna hop right off. If anybody wanna share anything, they're welcome to do that. If anybody have any resources or anything they would like to share on the platform, let me know. DM me, let me know. You can hop on and I'll give you the space to do that, right? So just wanted to put that out there. I did See, I was doing a photo shoot on Thursday. I'm so excited. So y'all gonna see some new pictures. I know y'all seen my other pictures, and it's gonna be some more. I'm gonna flood the timelines with my pictures for about 3 to 4 months, right? Trying to get into this creative thing, whatever I'm doing, I don't know. But yeah, so I got a couple little outfits. Got some people gonna, you know, if y'all have something y'all want me to wear, let me know. Oh, thank you, Gwen. And I can't forget that I do have about 5 episodes that are airing now on Spotify. So if you have Spotify, you type in Talks with Tina G podcast. I have about 5 episodes up there. I'm uploading them as I go. I'm editing them. Oh my gosh. I'm editing them and then I'm uploading them. So yeah, so I'm on Spotify and I'm gonna be on Apple and all those other platforms soon. Like I said, I'm doing this. Um, so it's coming. Thank you, Gwen. So yeah, I'm excited about that because I actually was in the car the other day and I typed it and I heard myself and almost fell out. Almost fell out. I was so excited. But yeah. So it's these same Zooms. You're gonna be able to hear them on Spotify. So I'm gonna edit this a little bit and I'm gonna pop it up on Spotify. Somebody might not know their triggers, right? Somebody might be driving on to work and be like, dang, I don't know my triggers, right? It's going to help somebody, and that's what I'm here for, right? So, without further ado, I think we got everything out the way. We're in on lab. I think we got everything out the way. I think I did all my announcements. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play my outro and then I'm going to let you all go. Thank you all so much. Look, 26 weeks, man. I wouldn't have been able to do it without y'all. So thank you all so much. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, I'm telling you. I'm gonna play my little outro video because my girl Stubbs, y'all know Stubbs, she's on all the platforms, Shadonna Stubbs. She take all my pictures, all my videos. So I gotta play my outro video and I'm getting my theme music together. So I'm still working on some of that. So this gonna be edited and put my little theme music on there. It's coming soon. So let me just play this real quick. Come true. That video would make me laugh every time I see it because we was walking on a bridge and I know it looked like I'm like switching, but honey, I was so scared I was gonna fall in that water. And that was like one of the best videos because I was so scared, but I love that video. Anyway, I thank you all so much for tuning in and Talks with Tina G podcast. Look at my mod. My mod don't play about me. You hear me? She do not play about me. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I'm just doing these little hearts up here. Um, for Talks with Tina G podcast. I hope I see you all next Sunday. Um, I got a little ending. I want to say keep branching out. I see y'all tomorrow with Miss Clara, Mr. Jimmy. All right, good night.